Hello everyone, this is Shatarupa and today we are starting with the TCS preparation. So yes, we'll be solving certain pseudocodes that are most likely to come in TcsNinja, and let's see how it works out for you people. Okay, so basically TcsNinja question paper is little difficult. Its questions are a little twisted kind of a thing. So anyways, we'll prepare from all the dimensions possible. So before I start off with the question, let me tell you, this is day 1 of the pseudocode. So we'll be having 30 seconds for each questions. You solve it in 30 seconds and then I'll solve it for you. Alright. So getting started with the first question, your 30 seconds starts now. You have to find the output of this question. Okay, so your time is up. Now if you ask me about this question, then in switch you will be passing 5, right? You'll pass 5. Now you already have a case that is 5. So it should technically print what? It should print I am 5, right? But this code will give an error. What is the reason? Because there is break and there is no semicolon, and after every break statement we need to have a semicolon, right? This is the basic syntax. So if this syntax is not followed, what will happen? This code will throw a compile time error. So what will be the output of this code? It will be nothing but a compile time error. Alright. So always remember, try understanding the code. If it is written in a proper code format, do not try changing it in any way. Okay, if it is not a pseudocode, if it's just a proper code written, a proper code is mentioned in it, then execute it, run it, try understanding how it will happen. Because if it is a pseudocode, if semicolon, comma, brackets are missing, it's still considered okay. But if it is a proper code, then execute it. Okay, so while executing this code, it will throw error in break. It will say missing semicolon. Okay, so thereby this will give you a compile time error. Okay, so now moving on to the next question. Your 30 seconds starts now. I suppose we all know what the answer should be of this question. Okay, so this flush is basically used to flush out the input stream. Okay, it's used to flush out the input stream. So it is a part of what? It is a part of the input stream class. Okay, flush is a part of the input stream class. That means whatever is taken as an input, that shall be flushed out, and that's when we use flush. Okay, so since it is a part of the input stream class, then what should be passed as an argument? It should be stdin, standard input. Okay, that should be passed into the flush as an argument. Clear? So your answer is in option number B. Remember, flush is a part of the input stream. Since it is a part of the input stream, only input things can be flushed out. Okay, so stdin will be a part or an argument of the flush method. Okay, so moving on to the third question. Your 30 seconds starts now. Give it a try. Okay, now these are a type of question that has been newly introduced. Okay, where the questions are given in format of written problems, okay, word problems, and you have to determine the answer. Okay, the same thing is happening here. What is the name of the method that examines a particular data entity and determines what the data elements need to be associated with? So if we go by the basic DBMS, then we read one thing, that is the ER diagrams, right? So what are these ER diagrams? These is the entity relationship diagrams, right? So what is an entity? Entity is any data. It's any data, like a customer data, or it's a student data, or a teacher data, anything. And it says its associativity or relationship with the different data elements. Data elements, like if it is a customer, then customer phone number, customer name, customer ID, and what package he has purchased, and whatever it is. Okay, if it is a student data, student name, roll number, marks, leave applications. If it is a teacher data, then teacher ID, subject, okay, which class she is teaching in. So that is nothing but the relationship to the data elements, okay. So who or which method can determine or examine both of them, who can determine a relationship as well as an entity, then that can only be done using the ER diagrams or the entity relationship diagrams, okay. Others can't do it, whatever it is there, like logic, data modeling, customer entities, functional primitive, these cannot examine the data entity or they can't determine what data elements are. So it is to be done only by the ER diagram, where you write down something like this. This is the customer, then it has customer name, there are multiple attributes, it has customer ID, it has customer phone number, customer age, and the subscription. So there are a lot of things that are related to this customer, okay. So these are the data elements and this is the data entity, okay. That can be done through the ER diagram. Clear? Great. So moving on to the next question. This is question number 4. Give it a try. Your 30 seconds starts now. Alright. So there is a main class which is having an inner class, right? And this inner class is having a function message, right? And there is a static variable num which is defined to be 30, right? Now within this it is saying that sopln num %d num plus plus, right? Then PSVM, you're creating an object of the main class, you're creating an object of the inner class which is a part of the main class. So whenever that is the case, how will you do it? You are going to write the actual class, put a dot, write the inner class whose object you will be creating and write the object name, okay. That is how it is done. Now it's saying tw.message. So when it is a tw is the object of the inner class which is inside the main class. Now tw will access what? It will access the method message. So it will go over here. Now what does this message have? It has num, okay. Now since this inner class is a part of this main class, can it access num? Yes, it can, okay. It can access this num which is of static type, okay. So it can access this num, and so what will be the value of num? The output will be printed as num : 30, okay. Why 30? Because this is a post increment. First it will implement the value of num, that will be 30, and then it will increment it and it will become 31. But your output will be printed as num : 30. Clear? Because that is a post increment, it will happen only once it completes its execution for this step. Clear everyone? Okay. So now you learned a new thing, that two classes can be having one single object. Like if one class is inside the other class, then you can write the object like this, okay. The first class dot the child class, then the not the child class, the inner class, then the object name, then new main dot inner class name. Alright. Great. So output of this code will be tw.message will extract what? It will give the output as num : 30. Okay, this will be the output. Great. Moving on to question number 5. Your 30 seconds starts now. Okay. So your time is up. Now if we think of a circular linked list, right? If we think of a circular linked list. So what does a circular linked list basically have? It has one data field and it has one address field, right? Now what will this address field hold? This address field will hold the address of the next node, or it will be null. So if it is null, that means it has come to an end. Now the question is, how many address fields are there? There is only one address field. Okay, there is only one address field, not more than one. One will be the data field and the other will be the address field. Okay, now address field will either hold an address or it will hold null value, right? So how many address fields will be there for one singly circular linked list? It will be 1. Okay, always remember, for a singly circular linked list, it's not doubly, it is singly. Okay, single, it's 1. So the output will be 1. That is in option number C. Okay, option number C says it 1. Okay, so see, ultimately the questions are very easy, but all you need to understand is how to do it in that 30 seconds. Okay, you should be very clear with the concepts and you don't have much time for solving one question. Okay, because you'll be getting 10 questions and probably 15 minutes to it. So you should be very prompt, because you don't know what will be the next question, whether you'll be able to solve it or not. So thereby put this in the concept that you need to know each thing with details properly. Okay, moving on to the 6th question. So what will be the output of this code? Okay, so your time starts now. Give it a try. Okay, so your time is up. Now if you look into this question, okay, it is basically ternary operators, right? Like, what does ternary operator says? A question mark B then C. Okay, if it is A question mark B is true, then it will print C. This is what the ternary operator does. Okay, now 25 question mark 5, true or false? It will always return true, because these are non-zero numbers. Okay, so if it is true, what is the first thing to be printed? It will be in printing 0. Okay, it will be printing 0, because this ternary operator cannot execute anything. Code wise it is correct, it's everything, syntactically it is also correct. Then what will be the output? There will be an output which will be printed by the compiler, and that will be 0, because it can't operate anything on these numbers. Okay, it just simply condition is given 25 question mark 5. Now A and B, if this is true, now what will you do on this? It's nowhere defined. Okay, so syntactically, since it is correct, it is just going to return an answer of 0. Okay, so what it is going to return, your compiler will return 0. Clear? Now moving on to the 7th question. This will take a little time to execute, but fine, you can do it within 30 seconds. So your 30 seconds starts now. Give it a try. Okay, so now this is very simple question. Okay, n is 10, n is 35, p is 5 and d is 6. This is the question. So in the first statement, m star n plus p, this is the question. Just replace it with the numbers. Okay, so what will be the answer over here? 350 plus 0. Why 0? Because division, what will be the integer part? If I divide 5 by 6, obviously the first one will be 0, then you will put a dot and then you will bring down 50, right? So only integer part will be printed, so it will be 0. So the answer will be 350. Now taking the second one. Okay, so what difference will this make? This will make no difference. It will be again 0 plus 350, which will again be 350. Right? So you don't have to solve it for the entire thing. Just see the expressions. They have been joined by an associativity of plus or addition. Then that addition is still in between and they have been just swapped in that position. So answer will be same. Whatever you'll get here, you will get the same answer over here. Okay? Still, if you want to solve, you can solve it. But this is one of the shortcut tricks, because both of them are having the same thing. You can see, and they both are joined by a plus. So the answer will not differ. Okay? So what will be your output? Your output will be same. Okay? That is an option number B. Alright? Great. So moving on to question number 8. 30 seconds starts now. Take a time, think about what it is saying and answer the question. Okay. So when we implement stack by using linked list, then see, if it is a stack, the insertion and deletion both will happen from the same place. Okay, that is either from beginning or from end. Okay, but generally we don't consider it to be end, since you're just starting with the insertion of one element. That means that will be the beginning. Okay, it won't be the end. But if you go by the option, then option number A and option number C are both correct. But which is more apt? I would say option number C, because if something is there, if this is a linked list, okay, and you just started the insertion from here, okay, then this will be the beginning, right? And if you start the insertion from here, then this will be the beginning. So technically, if you think logically, then both will be the beginning. But yeah, if you look actually, then this is the start and this is the end. So whenever you use a stack for a linked list, then the insertion and deletion will both happen from one same end, that is either from the end or from the beginning. Okay, so here A and C both are correct, but with more aptness I would say C is more apt. Okay, because we always insert it from the beginning and delete it also from the beginning. Okay, but if you mark A and C both, it is not an error. Okay, both are correct, end and beginning both will be correct, right? Good. So here your answer is in option number A and C. Alright. So moving down to question number 9. Your 30 seconds starts now. Okay. So generally when a software is designed, developed, okay, and when it is already in the testing phase, the software testing you can do when you have both. You have the source code plus the executable code, the exe file. Okay, when you have both this code, what you do is the white box testing. Now this white box testing has multiple names. Okay, so whenever you have both the source code as well as the executable code, then what you do is the white box testing. Now there are multiple names for white box testing, so you are going to find out what are the different names of the white box testing, because at times instead of writing a white box testing, they can even use the other names. Okay, so there are multiple names of white box testing, so go find out the other names of white box testing. And remember, whenever you have an executable code and a source code together, when you have it together, not one after the other but together, they are in hand, it's known as a white box testing. Alright, great. Moving down to the next question, which one of the following is not a topology? Okay, so topology is basically in computer networking. So give it a try. Your 30 seconds have started. Alright, so what is basically topology? Topology is in networking. Okay, so in network it has topology. What kind of topology? There are different variation in which a computer network could be understood. Okay, like star is a topology, bus is a topology, ring is a topology, tree is a topology, mesh is a topology, hybrid topology is also there, that is a mixture of some of these. Okay, so we have multiple topology. One topology that we don't have is a circuit topology. This is not there. Circuits are normal circuit connections. Okay, there is no topology in understanding a circuit. Okay, but thereby which one topology is not there in networking, or which one is not a type of topology, then that is a circuit topology. It is not a type of a topology. Okay, there is no particular pattern to it. Okay, thereby you cannot classify it under as any topology. Alright, so that is all for today's session. I suppose you were able to clear certain doubts, right? So if we are looking forward to having more pseudocode questions for you. Okay, for preparation of TCS, no worries on that. But one humble request that I have on behalf of Campus Monk, that don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the Campus Monk YouTube channel, and as well as please go out and look for your favorite course in the App Store. There are multiple courses, so please don't miss out on any of the course that can be beneficial for you. I'll see you people in the next session. Until then, thank you. Bye bye.